Hi everybody, and welcome to Once Upon a Scarf. This channel celebrates the art of the vintage scarf, from luxury silks to bandanas. Each episode we zoom in close to the wonderful stories they tell. If you're a vintage hunter, here's a hot tip about a label. If you see it, if the condition of the item is good, and if the price is right, I suggest you pounce. What you're getting is a piece of fashion history, a grail item from the earliest days of the great house of Christian Dior. I'm the author of 2 classic books on vintage fashion, Secondhand Chic and It's Vintage Darling. As a scarf lover, as an art lover, and a vintage lover, I think it's crazy that incredible silk squares from the 1950s, made under the very eyes of fashion gods Dior, Nina Ricci, Yves Saint Laurent, and so many more, go completely under the radar and often sell online for less than the cost of a night out. Not like this. Like this. I'm here to tell you that phenomenal mid-century museum pieces can be yours if you learn some insider tips. Here comes a biggie. Dior Colifichets. Looking at this label, you're probably thinking, what does that even mean? Let's start with the word itself. It's French for trinkets, little luxuries. Don't have to be a duchess, adornments. This was the name Christian Dior gave to his little retail shop underneath the Atelier at 30 Avenue Montaigne in Paris. He started it in 1948, a year after the foundation of the house. The point was, clients done with a fitting, or folks swanning down that very fancy street, could drift in and be tempted by items that cost much, much less than the haute couture masterpieces upstairs. We all know the concept. It's like hitting the museum gift shop after a gallery filled with Van Goghs. You could never own one of them, but a nice poster? An ear eraser? Sure, go on. Even though the shop was filled with lower-priced items, the vibe was really fabulous. It's said that a very fresh-faced Yves Saint Laurent, hired as a teenager, was tasked with creating the look, which was essentially a treasure chest, filled with Miss Dior perfume, incredible Roger Vivier shoes, umbrellas, gloves, silk stockings, and, of course, scarves, add-ons to complete the Dior look. This particular square is ultra simple, but the luxury factor is off the charts. It's a raspberry chiffon bound with silk ribbon, the stitching practically invisible. Look at these corners. They are mitered to perfection, like hospital corners on a bed. The scarf was meant to be worn twisted casually around the neck, comme ça, a shot of color to cut through the Parisian gloom. I'm not sure of the exact date, but I estimate it to come from around the early 1950s. A quick digression. This scarf came to me pristine, clearly never worn. I mean, yay for me as a collector, but for Pete's sake, please don't keep your beautiful things locked up in a drawer. It's sad for them. They're meant to be flaunted, to be worn. So, top tip, keyword around for Dior Colifichets. If you see it, you can be assured that you're getting an OG Dior item made in Paris while the master was still running the show. Yves Saint Laurent may have touched it when he was tidying up the stock, and despite not being haute couture mainline, it will have been made with the crazy attention to detail and luxury materials that built the reputation of this now towering design house. So, vintage scarf lovers, get out there and get hunting. And if you find something fabulous, please let me know.